गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारि यमुना तीरवनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारि यमुना तीरवनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Jai Gaurangi Bangaloreshwar, Gaurangi Bangaloreshwar, Gaurangi Jai Jagannatha, Baladeva, Subhadra Mai Jai, Sudarshan Jai, Nasimha Simha Jai, Ananta Dev Narasimha लक्ष्मी नरसिम्हा जयो अनंत देव जयो निताई चैतन्य जयो निताई चैतन्य जयो निताई चैतन्य जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शील प्रभुपाद की जय। ISKCON founder Acharya of the BBT, and savior of the whole world, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर जी की जय। प्रेम से कहिए जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर गोवर्धन की जय। गंगा माई की जय, यमुना माई की जय। श्री ब्रज क्षेत्र वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। श्री मायापुर धाम की जय। अयोध्या धाम की जय। श्री राधा मदन मोहन की जय। श्री राधा गोविंद देव जी की जय। श्री राधा गोपीनाथ जी की जय। Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So welcome all devotees for this Tuesday class. Today we are reading text number 32 of Canto 4, Chapter 13. The title of the chapter is The Descendants of Dhruv Maharaj. So, before we start, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayet Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagvat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtuki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Sorry. So welcome again. We read the text number 4.13.32. So I take it on the screen. Share my screen. Just a second. Yeah. तथा साधय भद्रं ते आत्मानं सुप्रजं नृप इष्टते पुत्र कामस्य पुत्रं दास्यति यज्ञभुक् तथा साधय भद्रं ते आत्मना आत्मानं सुप्रजं नृप इष्टस्ते पुत्र कामस्य पुत्रं दास्यति यज्ञभुक् तथा साधय भद्रं ते आत्मानं सुप्रजं प्रनृप इष्टस्ते पुत्र कामस्य पुत्रं दास्यति यज्ञभुक्. So we read the synonyms translation and there is no purport. So synonyms and translation by Krishna Kripamurti, Abhay Charanarvind Bhakti Vedant Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Tatha, therefore, sadhaya, execute the sacrifice to get bhadram, good fortune, te, to you, atmanam, your own, suprajam, good son, nripa, O king, ishtaha, being worshipped, te, by you, putra kamasya, desiring to have a son, putram, a son, dasyati, he will deliver, yagna bhuk, the Lord, the enjoyer of the sacrifice. Translation. O king, we wish all good fortune for you. You have no son, but if you pray at once to the Supreme Lord and ask for a son, and if you execute the sacrifice for that purpose, the enjoyer of the sacrifice, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, will fulfill your desire. So there is no purport. So we move on to the text number 34, 33, sorry. तथा स्वभागधेयानि ग्रहीष्यन्ति दिवोकसः यद्यज्ञ पुरुषः साक्षात् अपत्याय हरिव्रतः तथा स्वभागधेयानि ग्रहीष्यन्ति दिवोकसः यद्यज्ञ पुरुषः साक्षात् अपत्याय हरिर्व्रतः तथा स्वभागधेयानि ग्रहीष्यन्ति दिवोकसः यद्यज्ञ पुरुषः साक्षात् अपत्याय हरिर्व्रतः. Anybody would like to recite this verse? Okay. Yes, Prabhuji, you would like to?
Try, Prabhu. One second.
Try, Prabhu, try.
तथा स्वः भगेद्यायानि ग्रह्ष्यन्ति दिवक्षुषा यज्ञा पुरुषा साक्षात् अपत्याय हरिव्रता.
Haribol, Prabhuji. Very nice recited. Because if we recite, then these are all mantras. So it is received by directly by Krishna. And Krishna likes disciple, his children to recite. So whatever, even if we are uh, somewhere wrong in our pronunciation, then also like father, he likes the children to be reciting any prayer or poem or anything. He is always pleased. So Krishna is pleased when we recite with difficulty, with fault. Yes, there may be some errors in the meter, everything, but Krishna is always pleased. So I heard this from many advanced devotees. So that's why it's always good. And in ISKCON also we encourage, any of the Bhagavatam class, everybody is encouraged to recite after the speaker has recited. Anybody else also? Okay. So synonyms, translation and purport by Krishna Kripamurti, by Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami, Prabhupada ji ke dwara. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Synonyms, tatha, thereupon, swabhag dheyani, their shares in the sacrifice, Grahishyanti will accept Diva Okas Diva Okasah, all the demigods. Yag, because Yagna Purusha, the enjoyer of all sacrifices, Sakshat, directly, Apatyaya, Apatyaya, for the purpose of his son, Harihi, the supreme personality of Godhead, Vrataha is invited. Translation: when Hari, the supreme enjoyer of all sacrifices, is invited to fulfill your desire for his son, all the demigods will come with him and take their shares in the sacrifice. Purport: whenever a sacrifice is performed, it is meant for satisfying Lord Vishnu, the enjoyer of the fruits of all sacrifices. And when Lord Vishnu agrees to come to a sacrificial arena, all the demigods naturally follow their master and their shares are offered in such sacrifices. The conclusion is that the sacrifices performed are meant for Lord Vishnu, not for the demigods. Thus ends the purport by Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagan Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padana Sahagan Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitanshcha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Deve Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namaha Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini. Hare Krishna. So once again, welcome all devotees. And on a Tuesday, we are reading the text number 32 and 33 of Canto 4, chapter 13, Descendants of Dhruv Maharaj. So the context of this topic is uh, this dialogue is going on between Vidur and Maitreya. So Vidur went to Haridwar to get the story pastimes of the Lord, and then in this we came to the pastimes of the Dhruv Maharaj because he wanted to know the descendants of the Swayambhu Manu, and Swayambhu Manu's son is Uttanapad, and Uttanapad's son is Dhruva. So how we we had discussed the pastimes of Dhruv Maharaj, and thereafter the chapter, the 13, starts with the inquiry of Vidur that what happened, what prachetas were instructed by Narada entered the sacrificial arena of prachetas, and then he started glorifying Lord and his devotee Dhruv Maharaj. and what all pastimes were explained and what happened. So he wanted everything in detail to continue the discussion further. And then in that process, uh, uh, Maitre Muni describes the descendants of after Dhruv Maharaj left for the forest and for the Bhagavad Dham, what happened? So he starts explaining that his first son, Utkala, he didn't accept the throne. So then Vatsara was made the king, though he was junior. And then there is a list of all descendants who came in the lineage. And then we see in the process Chakshusa Manvantar also, who's the sixth Manvantara before this Vavasvat Manvantar, which is currently going on. And after that, Mangala. And then in the lineage, Maharaj Ang also comes. So this is where the current discussion is going on. Uh, Anga was very pious king, but didn't have any son. And because of that, what happened? He approached the sages, and then he gets a son. So what happened? Before that, they perform the sacrifice, and son is born. So before that, what happens? The When they started sacrifice, the and started inviting the demigods, but the demigods didn't come. Then Maharaj Anga asks these priests that what happened, why the demigods are not coming, and the sages are also very much disturbed that wow, what happens? We are doing everything very nicely, chanting the mantras and the material, what are ingredients of the sacrifice is also pure. So what is wrong? So then the priest informed them that the devtas are not accepting our oblations. Whatever we are offering, they are not accepting, and because of that, they are not coming. So in the earlier days, demigods used to come physically there and accept the oblations offered to those demigods. Whosoever is called, then he will present there, like Vayu, Agni, Surya, all these. So then they find that we do not find any reason for devatas because they are not insulted in any case. We are respecting them and respectfully calling them, but they are not coming. So then Anga inquired that kindly tell me what kind of a sin I have committed or any offense I have committed against these demigods. And due to that, they are not accepting their shares of the oblation sacrifice. Then the head priest starts speaking that no, you don't have a son, but why it is so that you are sinless in this life, but due to the sins committed in the past life, you do not have a son in this life. So this is the explanation given why the gods are not coming. Then why don't you ask the Lord, Supreme Personality, for a son? And this is where the we read today that we the sages tell that we wish all good fortune for you. You have no son, but if you pray at once, even one time you pray to the Lord, He will bless you with a son. And this is what the advice he accepts. King Anga accepts from these sages. So, uh, uh, and if you are requesting the Supreme Personality, then these demigods will also follow. and they will also be happy and bless you. So this is a principle. And the second one, when Hari, the supreme enjoyer of all the sacrifices, is invited to fulfill your desire for his son, the demigods will come with him automatically and take their shares of sacrifice. So today's topic is basically who we should be worshipping. As a devotees, we are told in ISKCON that we must respect all the demigods because they are very much advanced devotees. Because of their devotion, only they have attained this position. Although there may be some desire to enjoy, but that is fine. If you are having any desire, then we should always approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not that we directly approach any one of the demigods. Like if we want uh, material wealth. So people in the material world approach Lakshmi Devi, or if they want some good education, knowledge, they approach Saraswati Devi. But they don't approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Shrimad Bhagavatam teaches us that, because this is what? The fifth Purusharth, Prema Pumana. So, in the earlier, like Vyasadeva compiled so many scriptures, and in the process, he compiled Mahabharata also for less intelligent people, Shudras, Striya, rich bandhus, all for all, he compiled the uh, Mahabharata. And the Vedas were also for mostly for karmis and karmkandis, because they have some fruitive desires. So that is acceptable, because from that, when they follow the instructions of scriptures, then they will naturally be purified gradually, and then they will be, at some point of time, they will advance to, by performing the sacrifice, that gyan, divya gyan, comes into that divya gyan is revealed. Like, I am not body, I am the soul. And in the Bhagavad Gita also, this is how the Krishna describes from chapter 3, that if you want anything in this material world, you should be performing the sacrifices. But at the same time, when the Bhakti Yoga starts, Krishna says that Yanti Deva Vrata Devan Pitran Yanti Pitravrata Bhutani Yanti Bhutejya Yanti Madhya Jinopi Mam. So those who perform the worship of demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors, because demigods, what is the position? Once their pious pious credits are uh, over, then they have to take birth again into this material world, and again start the, maybe because of those piety, they may come in association with the pure devotees or devotees, then they will be attracted to devotional service, and then they can go back to Godhead. But if they don't, then they can either fall or they can progress further into the same demigods also. Because in the material world, someone can reach up to Brahma's position. And those who worship the ancestors to go to the ancestors, and those who worship ghosts and spirit will take the birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me. So, our primary objective, Prabhupada gave for us, is that we should be getting out of this chakra of birth and death cycle, bhavarog. So we should be always aiming, and that objective can be fulfilled only with the worship of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Shrimad Bhagavatam also says that in the chapter, in the text number 4.31.14, यथा तरोर्मूलनिषेचनेन तृष्यन्ति तस्कृत् भुजोपशाखा प्राणोपहाराच्च यथेन्द्रियाणां तथैव सर्वावर्ण अहम् अच्युतेज्य. So, as pouring water on the root of a tree energizes the trunk, branches, twigs, and everything else, and as supplying food to the stomach enlivens the senses and limbs of the body, simply worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead through devotional service automatically satisfy the demigods who are part and parcels of the Supreme Personality. So demigods are also part of the Supreme Personality, but they are elevated devotees because they have performed a lot of charities and some services also to the Supreme Lord, but with some fruitive mentality. So they do a lot of pious activities, and also they get elevated to the demigod's position. And if we are like in this verse, it is said that if you are watering the root, then the whole tree will be nourished and it will prosper, it will grow much faster. But nowadays we see this in this the atheistic society where there is uh, no glorification or no appreciation of the Lord, Supreme Personality of Lord, the one who is the creator, maintainer, and everything is doing for us, but we are thankless to them. And the atheist society doesn't believe in the creator, although there is a creation. But Prabhupada used to say, if there is a creation is so beautiful, how nice would be the creator, how beautiful will be the creator. So we do not we disregard, and there are scientists who are doing research that how the tree gets nourished. So they will experiment with watering the leaves, watering the flowers, watering the trunk, watering the different branches, all those things, and then come to the conclusion that okay, there is a if you water the roots, then everything is nourished. So why to go like this? The all those things are already there in the scriptures, and we just have to follow and attain the liberation. Liberation meaning getting out of this bhavarog, the birth and death cycle. So again, we see that why people go to the demigods. In Bhagavad Gita 7.20, it is described, Kamaste aste rita jnana prapadyante anya devataha tam tam niyam masthaya prakritya niyata swayaha. So, those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worshipping according to their own natures. So, in our various processes of satisfying particular demigod, though demigods can be um, can provide us quick um, they can fulfill our desires quickly, but at the same time they are temporary in nature. So like on Saturdays people will um, use a lot of oil to for the Shani Day, or on Mondays they will go to the uh, Shivji. All these activities they perform, but for some, or Mata Vaishno Devi, people travel to those with some material desires, and they keep that okay, once my desire is fulfilled, I will come and I will do so and so. But what we receive from these demigods is everything temporary in nature. This will be only with us during this lifetime or maybe a little bit beyond. But this is not the real purpose, because ultimately we are here to go back to Godhead, because otherwise we'll be suffering. Those four defects will always be there, and at the same time those three taps, adi bhautik adi, three kleshas will always be there in this material world. And that's why it is, as quickly as possible, we should be worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which can give us everything. So in Bhagavatam also, there is a verse called Akamaha Sarva Kamo Va Moksha Kama Udaradi Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajeta Purusham Param. A person who has broader intelligence, whether he be full of all material desire, without any material desire. So maybe akamaha, whether be full of sarvakama. Sarvakama means be everything material desire, or akamaha, no material desire, or moksha kama, desiring for liberation. All three we should be, what is Bhagavatam recommends, must by all means worship the supreme whole, the personality of Godhead. So moksha, everything should be directed towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead only. Because ultimately, in Bhagavad Gita, also the Lord says that although you feel that it is being given by the demigods, but actually it is me only. 7.22 Sataya Shraddhaya Yuktastha Syāradhanamīhate labate cha tatah kamanyameva viti vihitanhi tan. Endowed with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtains his desires. But in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone. But at the same time, Krishna is so merciful that he, if we are inclined to worship or inclined to worship a particular demigod, and we start developing faith into it, then Krishna fixes our faith, firm faith on that particular demigod, because Krishna is here to fulfill all the desires. So he knows internally, as a Paramatma, he is residing within our heart region. So he knows whatever is going on in our mind. Not only that we express ourselves through words or desire to be fulfilled, whatever desires to be fulfilled, if he express, then only he will get to know. No, he will, even whatever we are deciding in our mind that okay, I want this, I want this, the Krishna will be fulfilling that desire as well. So because of that only, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who followed he emphasized the Bhagavad path of attaining the liberation. So Prema Pumartho Mahan, he said that this is the fifth Purusharth we should be achieving, that we should be aiming to receive the Prema, the highest form of love of Krishna, Krishna Prema. So we should be desiring not the four Purusharths which are given in the Vedas like or Upanishads, that Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. These are not the real Purushartha. The fifth Purushartha is the topmost Purushartha. He added Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Prema Pumartho Mahan. And what way? Like Aradhyo Bhagavan Rajesh Tanaya Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachit Upasana Vrajvadu Vargenaya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumartho Mahan. So Bhagavad Dharma describes this only. Why so? Because when Narada comes to Srila Vyasadeva in the chapter, in the canto 1, in the beginning, that Narad Muni was not satisfied or with this. He was When he was sitting on the bank of the Saraswati river in Badrikashram, then Vyasadeva, suddenly he was meditating, and then Narad Muni appears there, and then he starts describing his past life. And Narad Muni is, because his spiritual master, he understood the condition of Srila Vyasadeva, and then he described his own past lives, and then he said why you are not he judged the root cause of his dissatisfaction. And he says that because in all your scriptures so far you have described the Vedic way of achieving these four purusharthas. So you worship this, you will get this, you worship this, you will get this. So karma kand, mishrit bhakti. But you have not described the Shuddha bhakti and the Lord's pastimes and his devotees' pastimes. They are the Bhagavad Vidhi. Bhagavad Vidhi starts from Shravanam Kirtanam. All 9 stages of devotional service: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Adasevanam. So, so Narad Muni says that you have described so much of the karma kand and the other activities that you are not happy, and since you have not described the glories of the Lord and holy name and his pastimes, his um, his devotees' pastimes with the exchanges with his devotees. So that is why you are not satisfied, and you should now describe. So you should thereafter he inspires Srila Vyasadeva uh, to compile the Srimad Bhagavatam. And at one place he says, Nashkarmyam apya achyutam bhava वर्जितम न शोभते ज्ञानमलम निरंजनम कुतः पुनः शश्वद भद्रम ईश्वरे न चार्पितम कर्म यद अप्य कारणम. So knowledge of self realization, even though free from all material affinity, does not look well if devoid of a conception of the infallible God. Very important. Knowledge of self realization. There are so many realized people. They will say, no, no, we are realized, we have jnanis, but they will always be speculating about the Lord. Neti, 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 not this is not there, this is not there, this is not there, and eventually reach to a conclusion that the Supreme Lord exists, but then he doesn't have any form, no personal form. He is impersonal, and then we cannot exchange any emotions with them. But Bhagavad Gita says, no, there is a supreme personality of Godhead. He is there, and he is controlling, supreme controller. He is supreme maintainer. He is supreme creator. Everything. So he is with all Shad Ashwarya, but these Gyanis will not recognize that fact. And because of that, they will keep speculating on some dot or some light or some Krishna, like God is a light, God is nature, nature is God. So all these impersonal things they will keep. But even though free from all material affinity, the Gyanis do not have material affinity because they have understood that this world is of full of misery. So we are soul. So we want to remain. We do not accept anything of this material world. Whereas a devotee accepts everything from this material world and uses in the service of the Lord. He doesn't use for his own whatever is provided, he is happy, contented, but he is always willing to do any service for the Lord. So, even though free from all material affinity, does not look well if devoid of a conception of infallible God. So, Achyuta, Bhagwan Achyuta is there. And what then is the use of fruitive activities which are naturally painful from the very beginning and transient by nature? They are short lived and they are painful also, because we need to do a lot of austerities for performing these fruitive activities, but it is not for the pleasure of the Lord, it is for the pleasure of the demigods if they are not utilized for the devotional service of the Lord. So this is the glorification of bhakti, pure devotional service. So when Narad Muni instructs this to Srila Vyasadeva, then he starts compiling the Shrimad Bhagavatam. And this is the conclusion of all the all the four Vaishnav Sampradaya. That Bhagavatam, Shrimad Bhagavatam, is the natural commentary of Vedanta. Whereas in the Shankaracharya or all, they will always go for a Vedanta, only Vedanta Sutra, where is the commentary. So there are different bhashyas, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu declared that the Srimad Bhagavatam is the natural commentary of all the Vedanta Sutra. So there is a story like when there was a king who was um who was maintaining a subject kingdom, and in that the subjects were supposed to write complaints. If they are not satisfied, then he had different departments like roads department, garden department, water department, all those, electricity department. And if they are not happy, then they would write a complaint letters, and then those letters will go to the king, and king used to read them in the Rajya Sabha and starts instructing to various in charges. So some letter will come that, okay, I have some sanitation problem, I've got some mosquito problem, I've got some roads are bad, water is contaminated, all those things. And then king used to circulate that to different department heads, and then that's how the system used to work. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. uh, but one day he receives a letter, very unusual letter, that someone writes that I don't want anything, but I just want to meet you. So this is strange. He doesn't have any complaint. So he was imagining, anticipating that there would be a complaint, but he says, "No, you are a very nice king. I would like to meet you." So king decides that, okay, instead of calling him, let me travel to the this person who wants to meet me. So then he declares that to all the his in charges, different in charges. And then when he on the day when he decides to go to that place and meet the fellow, what happens? Everything is in place because the king is going. So that means all roads are good, very much in good condition, because beforehand the department head started working on that for the king's visit. Water is also good, roads are good, air quality is good. There's no complaint at all. And then king directly lands to that particular person and meets him. So the story compares like when the Lord comes, Lord is like a king. And when Lord comes, then the demigods will follow automatically. But if vice versa is not true, if we call invite the demigods, then the Supreme Personality of Godhead may not come, will not come, rather. But the vice versa, opposite is true. When you call the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then everything comes. So we see in the present time also, when Narendra Modi visits, or anybody, head of the state visits, then it is the city gets developed automatically on the route wherever he is going to visit. So lot of improvements in the road conditions, lot of improvements in the sanitation, neighborhood, everything is done very nicely. So this is the understanding of this particular verse, these two verses, that in Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada has always glorified the need and urgency to approach to the Supreme Personality of Godhead rather than to the demigods. Though demigods are important, because it is like government having different department heads, and then they are the authorized uh, representative of the Lord. So we cannot meet all the time the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but we can meet the people who are there. So we should always be respecting the demigods, but Prabhupada always mentioned that we should not be worshipping them, because worship is the only worshipping is source. Only object of worship is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that's why uh, Prabhupada wanted this society's name also, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Otherwise, God is very vague, because sometimes in the Bhagavatam also, God, Bhagwan, is addressed to Lord Shiva also, or Vyasadev also, or many other, even Narad Muni also. But they are not Bhagwan in the full true sense as described by Garg Muni, that Shad Ashwarya. He is supreme. He is full in all wealth, knowledge, fame. Uh, Likewise, all the strength, all six opulences are in full quantity and all the time, like infinite, for infinite time and in infinite degree. So any one of us can have too much of gold or too much of wealth, but he may not be so beautiful, or he may not be so knowledgeable. But the Supreme Personality is with all six opulences for infinite period and with infinite degree. So he is the Sarva Karana Karana. Everybody is created, like even the demigods also are the parts of the Supreme Personality only. And in the Shrimad Bhagavatam also it describes in the third canto that they are the different organs of the the Virat Purush. So this is the understanding, and we should always be respectful for demigods. We can always reach to the demigods that please bless me with the devotional service and attachment to the Supreme Lord, because they are also, demigods are also happy when we are asking such benedictions from the those demigods, like Shivaji. Lord Shiva is always happy when we are chanting the name of Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, because he himself is chanting Ram, 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 and he delivers in Kashi also by speaking or uttering the name of Lord Ram in the ears of the dead person. So that's why he delivers all those who. It is believed that in Kashi, if you leave the body, then you are delivered immediately. You are getting the mukti. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita also comes that bhukti mukti siddhi kami sakale ashant Krishna bhakta nishkam atev shant. So Krishna bhakti is normally nishkam, but even if we are with some material desires. Like Dhruv Maharaj also went to the Lord. He, in the beginning, he approached the Lord with some material desires. But then, immediately when Lord touched the conch shell, his material desires went away, and he realized that what I was seeking is a just a piece of glass, not the diamond. So I got the diamond, whereas I was aiming for the piece of glass, broken piece of glass. So this is what the understanding from these two verses. And I would like to stop here. If you have any question or comment or any correction in whatever we discussed, I open the forum for you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Thank you
Prabhu,
very
Dandavat
much.
Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So if there is nothing, no question,
Yeah.
no comment.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. So we will end
Uttam
this.
Damodar Prabhuji. Sorry,
No,
can I have?
Prabhu, I just wanted to thank you for the wonderful explanation, and especially what made very straightforward. This one was about the king visiting the place and rather asking only the department heads to visit. So that was the best part of it. So thank you very much.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. I heard from in one of the lectures, so I just thought of repeating the same. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Granthra Srimad
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Bhagavatam
Dandavat
ki
Pranam
jai.
Prabhu.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. You want to ask something, Prabhu?
Yeah. Can I ask a small
Yes, Prabhu.
question? Thank you. First of all, thanks for the wonderful class, Prabhu. Like, Prabhu, I was just thinking, like, do demigods also provide bhakti? Like, normally we can, as you said, like in the class, that we can ask for from the demigod to go to suprapersonal God, or to have bhakti towards Krishna.
Yes.
So, do they also, because normally people go for material this thing,
Yeah.
and if at all bhakti also is provided by them, Prabhu, or
Yes, Prabhu. Because they are devotees. Like Hanumanji, if you ask the bhakti of Lord Ramchandra, he'll be more than happy and he will immediately provide you. But people go there like with material desires. But uh, if you request them the spiritual desires, you express the spiritual desire with that, hey, Lord Hanuman or Lord Shiva, I am unable to progress, so why can't you help me in strengthening my firm faith on Lord, Supreme Personality of Lord, because they are having full faith on the, because we see what is the difference between Devta and Asura. At the time of any problem, Devtas will always approach to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They've always, like when there was a lot of atrocities created by Kansa or Hiranyakashipu, all the demigods, they go to Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and then Brahma takes them to the Kshir Sagar, Lord Narayan. So same way, if we are approaching, like Mother Earth also, she goes to the Brahma and Shiva when she finds that lot of demons have increased the weight on the, because she can take weight of any amount, infinite amount of weight of the nice people. But then sadharmi, dharma, those who follow the principles of dharma. But the adharma, even one person with big adharmi, she cannot take the weight, and that's where the she finds disturbed. And then when the so much of atrocities are prevailing in the at that particular time, then they all go to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that likewise we can ask, although in our temples we do not have the deities of these demigods, But then demigods everywhere, like in Vrajbhumi also, there is a Gopishwar Shiva, or in our Mayapur Dham, there is a Shiva temple. Parvati Mata is also there in Jagannath temple, or in Jagannath Puri Dham also there are Kshetrapals, like in Vrajbhumi, five different Kshetrapal Shivaji is there. And we all, as a ISKCON devotees, also whenever we are going for yatra, we go there. We visit the even the Jyotirlingas also. We have Rameshwaram. Everywhere we go. And what we, but only thing is we do not request them, or we do not express our material desires from them, because they are temporary in nature. They will give very fast, but they will be temporary in nature. So Krishna consciousness people, in the Krishna consciousness, will always desire to have spiritual desires, to speed up our spiritual progress. And these demigods help us for sure.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, like as we said, we should respect demigods. We should not
Yes,
worship them.
yes, yes.
Can you little clarify this, Prabhu? When we say we should not worship them, so
Okay.
what exactly?
Worshipping is meaning like chanting their names, or uh, deity worship, like we do in our temples, offering the lamp and all those things, not on a regular basis. Like once in a while, we are visiting Kashi Vishwanath, obviously, we'll take garland, we'll flowers, jal, abhishek, we'll do. But that is not as a routine. Like for routine basis, every day we worship only Krishna or Rama or all Vishnu avatars. Worshipping, that is the meaning of worshipping. Smaranam,
Thank you.
all these nine stages of service, devotional service, we are not offering bhoga to them, right? We are offering bhoga to Krishna, and then we can serve that. We always can say that, okay, all demigods, all acharyas, all our Devi Devtas, Kula Devtas, everybody should accept the honor the prasadam after the bhoga is offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is also a nice way to uh, please the Lord, please the, because they are also devotees of the Lord. So like any Vaishnava, Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. There is a saying, na? There is a shloka in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Nimnaganam Yatha Ganga, Devanam Achyutam Yatha, Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu, Purananam Idam Tatha. Purana, all Puranas say that he is among the topmost Vaishnava. So we should treat like a Vaishnava, not as a supreme personality of Godhead. He has a lot of empowerment is coming from Krishna only, to Shiva also, and to Brahma and all other demigods. Indra also. Like
Yes, yes.
worshipping Indra was the tradition in Gokul, right? In the Vraj Bhumi, when Krishna stopped this in the Govardhan Leela. So that was the worship, that everybody will come and then worship Indra, and then they will be. Indra will take care of the rains, and because it's a rain god, so they were all depending on Krishi and Goraksha. They're all Vaishyas, so obviously the agriculture depends a lot on the good rainfall. But they were worshiping, and Krishna stopped that. So this is
Yes,
the
yes,
understanding, Prabhu. Uttam
yes, yes.
Damodar Prabhuji, if you want to add something, you can most welcome, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, I think. So,
Prabhu, one way a counter also here, like sometimes like it comes in mind, like when Krishna says, if you directly serve me, you are not my devotee, but if you serve my devotee, servant of my, then you are my devotee.
yes,
So
yes,
demigods also are the servant of Krishna.
yes, yes,
So,
Prabhu.
so
So serving
service,
as serving like into Vaishnavas, how do we serve? We serve them prasad, not we offer them bhoga.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Correct.
Prabhu. So yes, we should always, like in our homes also, you can always, after the bhoga is offered to the Lord, and when we are releasing the bhoga, that time we should pray that, oh, okay, Shri Gurudev, Shri Prabhupada, Shri Acharyas, and all demigods come after that. They are superior to all of Acharyas, also some of the Acharyas, right? So we should always offer them also Bhoga. Please honor the, not Bhoga, sorry, the honor the Prasadam. That's it. They will be happy, very much happy. In our sometimes we some of the Durga Puja or whatever we do in the, sometimes in our Ashtami also we celebrate. But then we should not be offering direct bhoga to them. A bhoga offered to Krishna can be offered to them.
Yes, Prabhu, it is one kind of service only, and Krishna will be happy.
So that's a service, and they will be pleased. So Krishna will
Yes,
also
yes.
be pleased that you are serving devotees.
Yeah, very rightly said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
And we
Wonderful.
can always sing the glories of the Lord. Like in Hanuman temple, if we go and start reading Ramayana, Hanuman will be very much pleased.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes.
Right? Krishna Katha you can do in Shiva temple, no problem. We do chant, na, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shiva is also all the time chanting the names of the Lord.
Yeah, yeah.
Rama, Krishna, he'll be very much happy, and he'll not be, there is no offense to them. But then it is offense, like our second offense, na, to comparing and equaling the names of the Lord Brahma, Vishnu, well, Brahma and Shiva Adi to the names of the Lord.
Yeah.
It's offense, second offense against the holy name. So this is the understanding, Prabhu, I have. And Prabhupada, though he could have, even now also, if you visit like Panchkula temple, some temples we acquired, the existing temples. Okay, we didn't build them as a greenfield project. Then there are some, even the deities of those previously held deities also are there. Maybe sometimes Amba Mata, Durga Mata, or Shiva. In our Jagannath temple, you see there is in the same temple, the Rajapur Jagannath temple, Shiva's and Mata Parvati's Vigraha are there, na? Within the same compound temple. But I mean, as in outwardly, because we are a Krishna consciousness, our name is itself says, then the devotees gets confused and diluted. That purpose is diluted. So that's why Prabhupada didn't install any of the demigods in our temples.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam.
Jai Jai.